Welcome to September. It was the 2nd, because Sunday was the 1st. Did the podcast last night. I'm now going to drive to a job I'm looking at. We'll do quite a rambling piece to camera, yeah? This might be cropped and chopped. Anyone that's self-employed will resonate with this. Anyone that's thinking about going self-employed will just be confused. But hopefully, I'll get the point across that I'm trying to make straight away in September. Let's begin. Right. August, I went away for about 2 weeks booked off, which I actually went away in the caravan touring, yeah. The first 2 weeks of August were just a fucking barren wasteland of me doing bits and bobs and getting stuff sorted out and other stuff. Didn't really earn that much money, but I had a good screw the month before. Randomly, this doesn't happen very often, I had about, 14, 15 invoices in my in-tray that were waiting to be paid. And I got home from holiday on Thursday and I went to the office and I did all the accounts of that, chased everything up, chased a couple of bits and bobs up. And by 11 o'clock, everything had been paid. So literally today, right now, no one owes me any money. Excuse me, Bob Fleming. No one owes me any money. That's great that no one owes me any money. I'm basically back at ground zero today. I've got a little bit of money, I've got some money in the bank to keep the business rolling over this month. But no one owes me any money. That sounds great, but it's also a problem because that means no one owes me any money. There's a few bits to invoice, but not a lot. So, I'm starting again from scratch now. Let me tell you what some of the problems are with that. No one owes me no money, which means I need to earn some money now this month. This is September, and it's the 2nd of September. So I need to get some money in. Now, some of that money, luckily for me, because I do a bit of the teaching work, which is PAYE, I'll get some money this month, which will keep me going. But any money really that you earn now, self-employed, in this September month, I'll then invoice in October, and I won't see till at least the end. So it could leave me in a void. So although I've got a big load of money come in, I'll be left in a void of having no money. That's one of the important points I want to get across. 2 is this week commencing 2nd of September. When I went away on holiday, my little girl's got an inset day today and tomorrow, and I've just got to plan and do some things with her, which would have been nice. Although the weather's shit, I think winter literally started on the calendar. The problem is, on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I had a training course booked in that I was delivering, which is great. Now, the training course provider they're a good customer and I like working for them. However, you have to be flexible. If they don't fill the course, they'll move that course into another course to make it more profitable for them. You have to appreciate that's how they work. So I appreciate that at any point, because I'm a contractor, but I'm not really, I'm for a PAYE agency, but they can still drop me like a sack of shit, but that's a different story. I have to appreciate that, to work with them and not against them. So if they say, oh, we haven't filled it up, it's not on, that happens. So, whilst we're on holiday, the lady there messaged me and says, look, that one, the first week of September's not full enough. We're going to move those people to the back course, so you've got no work this week. So I've gone from originally, like every week in the world, I've got no work. Then I had 2 days off from my little girl on an inset day, Monday and the Tuesday, and I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday teaching, which would, to be fair, give me a good screw, enough that I need for the week. Whilst I went on holiday, that got cancelled. So whilst I went on holiday, this week went from being nothing to being full, to now being me off with my little girl on Monday, Tuesday, and having Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I was like, don't worry about it, I just got back from holiday, loads of stuff to sort around the house, loads of bits and bobs to do. I'll use it as a bit of an admin week, get all my stuff squared away, get all my other bits and bobs done. I've got loads of odds and sods to do. Great. Then, went out to work on Saturday, doing forest, and I got a call. What you like next week? Well, actually, I've got the fucking tail of the week available. Don't want the tail of the week. I need Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm like, well, now I've got to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's away. So now, today, I've got to go and I've had to move something I'm doing tomorrow into today, because I've got to go and see a customer about some future training work, and I've got to do all my admin that I was going to do on the rest of the week, or try and, this is so fucking rambly. I've got to prioritise all the things I was going to get on this week and work out what things I need to do today and then what things I can put off till Friday, assuming I don't get any work on Friday. You can see the kind of clusterfuck I'm in, can't you? This is what self-employed is about. You're always juggling. My missus thought I was going to be away all week, at home all week. Now I'm away 3 days of it. But she's got stuff booked in as well that she has to jig around. So she's very forgiving, my wife, and understands how I work. But it can be an absolute clusterfuck. You can't just say, no, I can't do it, mate. I'm off on Tuesday. You've got to go, yeah, all right, then I'll move my Tuesday things to Friday. And it's a fucking jiggle around, constant fuck around. But now I've gone from having no work to having a full week to having no work again to now having a pretty full week again. And that is in the space, that has all happened in the space of, I don't know, the previous 5 days. And who knows what will come up on Friday. So yeah, that's self-employedness. This is September. Let's see how we get on. I didn't cover everything I want to cover there. I want to tell you a story. And that is the admin side of stuff, yeah? You know when you're at work and you're at work for the whole day and someone gives you a job to do, it's easy. You do what you're there to do and that's it. When I was self-employed proper and I had staff and a company and we had all stuff going off, yeah, these were the worst days. These were the worst days. So like now, I'll tell you what I've got to do, yeah? I've got to go and see someone to work for. He's got some wood for me and I want to see him about some other bits and bobs anyway. Then I've got to go to a training company and deal with that. I also need to go to electrical sales and pick up some controls and automation stuff. I need to nip down the caravan to pick up some things I forgot. And I've got a couple of other bits. I've got to go to a locksmith because my son's decided that at 2 years old he can work a thumb turn lock on a door, so he keeps letting himself out into the street. We've had to ram the fucking push during the way. So I've got all these bits and bobs to do. And when I worked for myself before, I would always get to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on the Friday I'd leave it for myself to go and do all these errands. And it was inherently a bad idea because, you know, a little list did, I'd be like that, right, I've got to go and do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. Right now, I've just drove past my caravan where it's stored. It's literally 2 minutes that way because I've got to go and see my mate up here because I'd be there in an hour. Then do I come back that way and then go back this way, or do I go all the way around? And it starts to get you into a tiz. And honestly, before now, I don't mind fucking admitting this, yeah, on those Fridays, I'd sometimes just fucking absolutely feel thrashed, like thrashed. I've literally pulled over and I've like been having panic attacks, hyperventilating about it. I know that sounds fucking like proper funny, but I've literally been like, I'm going round and I'm putting this list I've got to do against the time and which way's best now I can do it. Then hitting traffic and everything just fucking stressed me out. I'd be like, oh, I'm in traffic lights now, temporary traffic lights, and I've got to get there and I've got to get there. And the last thing now on my list, I might not get there, but if I move that thing to the middle of the afternoon, I might not get to the other thing I want to do, and it's Friday and everybody's going to be sure. And I used to just get into a fucking right-old fucking tiz about it, and I've literally pulled over in the van, and I think I've nearly cried. I think I might have actually cried. So just be aware, yeah? That is why I have admin days, and that is why one of the reasons I say is, never put off to tomorrow what you can do today. Instead of going to the wholesalers on Friday and having to deal with it over the counter, which will cost more time, what I'll probably do is I'll probably ring up in advance and get them to pick the order out for me, so I've just got to go and collect it. Because these are, if you're self-employed, I assure you, these are the worst days because everything is there for you to fuck up. If you turn up at a job with the right tools, you'll just get a day's work out of it. And it's not much stress. And also the work's generally someone else's stress. But when you're trying to do your admin and you've got things you want to do, these are the days that will tip you over the edge, in my experience. It's still Monday, the 2nd of September, and I'm just going, before I put this in, yeah, I'm just going back to the trainers where I cut my teeth as a trainer, where I really learned to train. It's also the trainers where someone murdered someone at lunchtime. And I never fell out with them. They're good trainers and they've got good people there, but with the whole murder thing going on from the court case, it got a bit through and ended up leaving. So I'm just going back there now to say hello because they've got some work they want me to do. It's been about 2.5 years. Like I said, I never really fell out of them, but I don't know if it's going to be a bit awkward, but... Hello, Self-Employed Blog. It's the 3rd of September. I'm up early this morning. It's like, well, 7 o'clock. It's early for me, that is. I'm on my way to Oxford. I'm going down there. The guy who I do the audio for, they've been doing a big job down Oxford at a place called the Synchrotron. It's a really cool bit of scientific and shit that I don't even want to understand. Normally I won't put any work in, but I will put a bit of this in because it's interesting. And you think something like this would be super secret, they don't want people to know, but they don't mind you taking pictures and videos because they are science people and they like people seeing their science. So I'll show you some pictures of it. I've never got to go actually inside the synchrotron, but it is a good bit. It's an interesting thing. It's like a big spinny thing. So yeah, 3 days snagging down here, and then we're back into teaching for the rest of the month, I think. But it's nice to get out of the house and do a bit of work. Stop me being fat. So yeah, let me show you now, hopefully, what this thing does. Elex self-employed blog. I said to show you where it's working. I'm here, look. This is the sign. So this is the diamond light source. So see that way, it curves like that. It's a big circle. If you look that way, it's a big circle. This goes round in a massive circle, and they fire light round here. And then when they fire the light round, it comes off into these hutches. I'll show you from above on a picture. And they fire the light in, and they do science with it. That's all I know. But all I do know is if you walk round here on this path, you walk round forever, because sometimes you can walk all the way around and forget that you've gone round. It's all numbered and that, but yeah, this is where the science happens. This is where I'm working. Some interesting bits on the tray I might show you if I get ready, bored. I might do it on Instagram. Yeah, welcome to science, where everything's expensive. There's the ring where I stud lock, and there's the beam. The beam goes round in a circle and comes back there. Those concrete blocks are about 6 foot thick apparently, and there's a beam of light spinning round there, super fast, that'll go through fucking everything. I'm videoing a photo now because I've never been in the beam. That's the beam. So see there's the concrete block, there's the other one, and there's the beam. So that goes all the way around the circle, that madness. I'll show you where it is, but yeah, there what's inside. There's a couple of them outside I might be able to show you as well. Obviously, I have no idea what any of this does. There's some of the things that control the beam. So when they fire the beam round, they're the things that make it go round where they want it in a circle. And I think there's some spare ones, and every now and again they'll move one of them into here to replace the broken one with the massive cranes that can also go all the way around the circle. It's fucking bonkers. There's a drawing, look. There's the beam. Oh, where's the finger? There's the beam. And then you've got these bits that come off like motorway slip roads, and they're called the hutches. And they're these bits. If it's yellow, it's full of lead. So it comes off the beam there, goes into there and does some science, and there's loads of hutches all the way around. Hey up, self-employed blog. It's fucking hell, what day is it? It's Friday, the 6th of September, yeah? I'm suffering from all the self-employed bullshit. A fucking agencies, right? I do training for a company, a big company that do training, right? It's British Gas, right? Centrica. I do associate training for them, or I did, right? They're brilliant. The packages are dead good. The training's really good. The training school's really good, especially for the gas. It's fucking unreal. For the actual gas side, because obviously most of the training they do is for themselves. Yeah? It's fucking brilliant. I think I've put pictures up in here. Loads of fucking boilers, loads of test rigs. It really is a site. It's benchmark for training. And also, they don't just rush it out like some of the other engine firms do. They've generally got a good scheme to train the people, yeah? And I like working for them. And I really like teaching the basic electrical course they do, because you get a lot of people on there that are really, really interested in learning, and it makes it really nice for everyone. So I'll make sure I give them everything they want, and they reciprocate by being interested, which is great. However, there's always a fucking middleman agency, right? And I get it. I'm a freelancer. They get me in ad hoc when they want me, right? But for some reason, because of the fucking way the government have done IR35, they want to employ me for an agency who pretend to be my PAY employee when they're not. So I get all the fucking non-benefits of being a freelancer, like they can drop me like a sack of shit, but then to them, they're paying someone who's not an IR35, so it's a bit of a fucking clusterfuck, yeah? So what I won't stand for is, because I'm the commodity, I'm the trainer, I'm good at what I do and they want me, and because they're a good training establishment and I think they're good at what they do and I would like to work for them, I've got very little time for the person in the middle. All they've got to do is do what they've got to do with me from a law point of view and pay me. And if they don't want to do any of those things absolutely fucking perfectly, they can fuck right off. And I've already fucked, I've fucked one of the agencies I'm working on for them before, because they were just being dicks. And I said, British Gas, there's no problem with you, it's just that the agency are being dicks. So anyway, they said, oh, we'll get you in direct for a bit. So for a while, I put in a month's worth of invoices direct. But apparently they're at a car spot, don't want to do that. IR35, blah, blah, blah. Even though I'm a bona fide subcontractor, whatever, yeah. I'm not knocking British Gas, I'm knocking the agency. So they then put me through an agency of theirs, which I won't name, fuck it, I will, it's and they are the biggest fucking pain in the cunt going. Honestly. They even managed to onboard me in a month. They want me to fucking send them letters for this and letters for that, and I've sent them a passport. Then they wanted more proof from a driving licence. Then they wanted me to fucking hold up paper copies of bills and say stuff to a camera. I'm like, mate, I ain't got no paper copies of bills. Literally everything I do is digital. My mortgage statements, P45s, P60s. And in the end yesterday, because they were new, I give them a certain amount of slack before they start to get on my fucking tits. And yesterday they were just going, oh, we need your driving licence. Like, look, my driving licence is in the DVLA at the minute because I've got bus and coach on my driving licence, random story. And it has to go back to DVLA in paper for them to, like, check, I don't know, with my doctor check I can see and all that kind of shit, yeah? So it's out of date. Well, that's no good. I'm like, oh, I'll tell you what, right, what else can you take? Well, I'll take a mortgage statement. So I says, that's digital. Can I print it off and hold it in front of the camera? No, you can't do that. Right, okay. It says use a P45 or a P60. I was like, okay then, they're both digital from the last company. I says, I says, if I come and work for you, will you give me a P45 or a P60? They said, yes. And I says, how will you send me that? She went, oh, we'll send you by email. I said, so the very document you want me to use as proof of thingy, there's got to be an original paper copy, not a printed out copy. You send out digitally, therefore, I couldn't use it with you. She's like, no. I was like, fuck this, you're a bunch of fucking cunts. And I just went, sorry, I can't work with you. Like, if it's this hard to onboard me, what's it going to like to get money off you if I have a problem? So I just fucked them off. Then I had to go to British Gas and say, look, sorry, I can't fucking work with this agency like I'm some prima donna. And they're now a bit upset because they want me to work for them. And I appreciate that, yeah, I really do fucking appreciate that. I'm so happy that you want me to work for you. And maybe to them it feels like I'm just being a prima donna, I went with this agency, but I've fucking got no time for them. They've only got a simple middleman job. And if they can't do that properly, they can fuck off. So as it is now, about 20 days, 25 days of training I've got booked in until the run up till Christmas. I've just had to fuck off. That is obviously a considerable amount of money. However, in the training industry, there's a lot of work going around. There's a lot of MVQ assessors going around. There's a lot of fucking lecture going around. And also work's quite busy on the other stuff. So, I know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. I don't need that. I play this self-employed game because I like the risk. I like the panaz. I like doing the business. I like getting the work. I get a little buzz when I get some new work. And while it's nice to have that work booked in and now I'm going to get paid PAYE straight from my bank next week, yeah, I'm not going to let someone cut me off just because of that. So I fucked them off, and I don't think they was expecting it. I think everyone thinks everyone's desperate for work. Well, yeah, don't get me wrong, I want work, I want to earn money, I want to go and spend it, but I'm not that desperate that I'm going to let you cut me off on a regular basis. I mean, I don't think I'd ever be that desperate to let people cut me off on a regular basis, but I sort of made a decision now I'm not working for agents anymore, although, to be fair, yeah, there are some great people that I work with for agencies and I've gone and worked for them, I've never had any problems. So I hate to say I don't want to work for agents anymore because that's probably not going to be true. But definitely, hand on heart, 100% pinky promise, yeah, I ain't working for no agencies that are cunts or that cut me off or don't keep up their end of their bargain anymore. Because I don't want to be on a job like I was yesterday, getting aggy on email with some dickhead when I'm on someone else's job getting paid by someone else. I'm not going to do it. And because often I do get a lot of work and I'm on someone else's job getting paid for someone else, I don't mind people being on my jobs, doing a bit of admin, doing a few emails, taking a few phone calls, yeah, as long as I get a good day's work out of them. And I then do that to other people. The guy I do the audio for, he wouldn't mind me being on the phone sorting the job out. But if I'm there getting angry because they're fucking some agency, scrubbing out emails and fucking everything them all, he's going to be, mate, you're going to really work for me. So yeah, so absolutely now, what I've done is I've increased the threshold of what an agency can do to me. Sorry, I've decreased the threshold of how much shit I'll take off an agency before I tend to fuck off. I don't know if I'm fucking better or worse for shouting this all out in front of the camera, but yeah, I don't know how you got, but just, there's some great agencies, and I've said this before, I think I said this thing already, yeah? I work for people. If you're a good person, and you do your job properly, and you happen to be the middleman, or even the direct employer, I'll work for you, and I'll work with you. But if you want to be a slack-arsed bastard and make some money out of me while I was doing fuck all, or you don't want to help me or me to help you or help yourself, you can fuck right off. Anyway, I'm going to IKEA now to get more angry. 7-minute rant. Also, I've got to get back to the office today and get a video out for 5:30 tonight. I release my videos on YouTube once a week at about 6 o'clock on a Friday. I never got any. The annoying thing is I got about 6 ahead, so I could go on holiday and not have to worry about it. Not that I don't like doing them. I do like doing self-employed blogging, I thought it was very boring. A lot of people seem to like it who have gone self-employed, so I just put that out for... I'm only doing it for a year. In fact, after the end of the year, I committed to doing a YouTube video every week for a year. I'll tell you what, at the end of this year, I'm dropping that to one every 2 weeks or maybe one every month because it's fucking graft. It is fucking graft. But, yeah, I've got to put that out. So if that video's shit, it's because I've got the best part of, I don't know, 8 hours to get it fucking done and out from a load of footage I've acquired. So it'd probably be wank. But yeah, fucking ass is boring. Who's watching this shit? You're watching it, you fucking loser. As if by magic then, after I did that rant you've just fucking literally watched, I just quickly opened my email and an agency had asked me if I was available for work. They've got a client near me. And I replied to them yesterday and says, yeah, what industry are they in and what are they paying? Yeah, I'm not fucking continuing a conversation with any agency or doing anything to you until you tell me what industry it is and what are they paying, because I don't want to work in food, I don't want to work in nuclear, yeah? So immediately, before I waste any of each of us time, what industry are they in? You don't need to tell me who they are, what industry are they in? What are they paying? Because it might be 5 pence, I'm not going to go and work for 5 pence, yeah? So I need those two things in the bag before I'll even continue to talk to you, to save me wasting your time and you wasting my time, both ways, yeah? So I asked her, what industry is it and what are they paying? And she responded, they're 25 miles away from your house, so you're interested. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? Fuck, they're 25 miles away. Who gives a fucking fuck? It could be murdering chickens, couldn't it? Like 25 miles. I would imagine there's fucking 1,000 jobs, 1,000,000 jobs in 25-mile radius of my house I'm not going to do. So what did that solve apart from wasting some of our email bounce time? So now I've seen my back end. What industry is it and what are they paying? What's so fucking hard? Why does every agency or why do the low-level age people act like this? Well, they're 25 miles away from your house. You should be fucking grateful. Why should I? I want to know what they're paying and who they are. I'm not that desperate for fucking work. Fucking dicks. No wonder no one can get anyone. People moaning they can't get staff. Not you people that are great and employ direct and speak to people like normal people, yeah? People that use agencies. We can't get no staff. It's probably because the fucking cheap-ass agency you're using are bullshitting people on email going, oh, it's 25 miles from your house. So fucking what, mate? There's a fucking mine 25 miles from your house, but they're not going to get me a fucking job down there, are they? Honest to fucking God, agencies. Well, no, wank people. Just stop being fucking wank. Morning, Instagram. This will be a bit of a weird vlog, so I'm probably going to use this in my self-employed blog, yeah, because it's relevant to both, but I appreciate a lot of people don't watch my self-employed blog because it's fucking boring, but I'm going to do it here. So I'm going to talk about the £50,000 tax bracket, yeah? So this is like an introduction, I'll cut this on something, but talk about the £50,000 tax bracket, and that's where, when you earn £50,000, your tax jumps. I just want to talk about and get some feedback on how shit that is. Like, the steps that you climb up to get your tax is like, I don't know, it starts at about 10 grand, then you start paying tax. On your, this is for PAYE, yeah? You start about 10 grand, you start paying tax. Then up to 50, you pay a certain amount. Then after 50, you pay more. And then I think it jumps up again at 100,000, right? And I really do think this is generally killing fucking industry, engineering, and people doing stuff. And I'll allude to why. Let's have a talk about that. If you're not on 50 grand, you might be one day, so it might be worth you listening to. I'm sure the 50 grand tax threshold, I think it's 50,750, something like that. It's been around for a fucking long time. I'm sure it's been like 15 years and it's never gone up. Like, why the fuck is the 50 grand tax bracket not going up with inflation? But anyway, my last job, and at this level I'm at now, I can command £50,000, right? So most of the PAYE jobs I'm going to go and get are going to be 50 granders. And the reason I don't work in PAYE, I try and avoid it massively, is because I have to pay fucking more tax. But it's not proportional to what I earn. So in my last role, I was on over £50,000, which is great, right? It's not a bad salary, but I don't think it's as good as it used to be. But then, when I'm working for a company and I'm on 38 hours, a 38-hour contract for 50 grand, I'm not inclined to do fucking anything whatsoever. Yeah, so the 50 grand tax bracket, I ain't got a mortgage, right? So I appreciate I'm speaking from a fucking slightly different area, because I don't really have a mortgage. I don't have to pay out that massive lump sum that a lot of people have to pay out a month, yeah? So if I get a 50 grand job, I can sort of make it work. I can't be as opulent as sometimes I can when I'm self-employed, although I continue to be self-employed on the side, which is a bit of a trick. But for the average person who's choosing between being self-employed and paying tax, and who's on 50 grand a year, it's shit, because it's not making people progress. I sort of ceilinged out at 50 grand, and I don't want to go to work. My last role, the overtime rate was 25 quid an hour. I've talked about this before, sorry if I'm boring you, but it was 25 quid an hour, which meant I was already earning 50, so any overtime on that I did got paid at a flat rate of £25 an hour, which meant I walked away with about fucking £12.50. And they get a real bag on because I didn't want to do any overtime or do over 38 and a half hours. Because I was on 50 grand, every time I did some overtime, I'd get like number 25 quid. By the time I had a big tax and on it, I'd walk away with about £12.50. It wasn't worth it. I could literally go and get a paper round or work in a pub and earn more money. And that's what I used to say to them, because you pay me 50, and because of the way the tax system works, because your overtime rate, it weren't worth it. So I said, you need to up my overtime rate to make it worth my while. Like, you need to make my overtime rate at least 40 quid an hour, so I'd walk away with 20. And even then, if I did 5 extra hours, I'd get 100 quid in my hand. But it's like, those 5 extra hours, I'd rather fucking do something else with them than get that 20 quid. And I do generally believe now, and I've seen like Neil on Neil Bridgman, we love arguing on LinkedIn, yeah, he's moaning he can't get no fucking staff. And the reason he can't get no staff is, yeah, he's looking for skilled people that probably earn that anyway. And then if the overtime rate is not exorbitant, they don't walk away with anything for the money. Like, I'm sealing down. Why the fuck should I bother? Why would I bother? So effectively then, because it weren't worth my while to bother, I've gone back on my own. Because I can do less work, pay a bit less tax. I have to fucking find the work a bit more and fuck around a little bit more. But I'd rather do that than just get bummed to death for every penny I earn over 50 grand. And I'm seeing it a lot, like people can't get the level of stuff they want around the 50, 60 figure in the engineering trade because everyone's fucking worked out there's a fucking scam. So like, every hour I do, after the fucking 50, I'm probably on as much money as the apprentice. Where's the benefit to that? What's the benefit? What's encouraging me to go and learn more and do more courses and take on more responsibility for basically a pittance? Is anyone else feeling like this or is it just me? Hello, self-employed blog. I'm just on my way back. It's the day before Elex. It's the 11th of Wednesday, 11th of September. I've been down at Oxford. I could have been there all week actually, but obviously I'm not going to miss out on the fucking electricians event of the year, the ESK meetup, numero 1 and Curry. So I'm just driving back. Good crew down there. I like working with them boys. The crew, that's the same people who do the audio for at Forest. So it's always a bit of graft. It's always quite skilled work. And it's always a good bit of bants. So we've been in an Airbnb this week, which was nice, having a chit chat, whatever. And do like getting on site, proving I can still do a bit of work. I don't think I'm any slower than I used to be, you know. In fact, I think I'm better than I used to be because I'm older and wiser, and I think about stuff more and get it right. But it is nice to go on site and prove I can still do. What the fuck was that? Nice to go on site and prove I can still do the work, and I like to go on site regular as well as doing teaching and stuff. But I don't think I can swing big armours around like it used to, because I'm a bit fatter and a bit older, quite a bit fatter. But yeah, it's nice to get on site. So yeah, this is probably now going to transition into the Elex. So this might be a self-employed blog and the Elex blog might do separately. But yeah, there'll be a bit about Elex in here now because I'm very proud of the work I do for the electrical industry. Not like I'm going around fucking, I don't know, giving disabled old electricians rides to the shops or anything like that. But I hope I am a Sparky who's got a bit of social media presence that supports Sparkies. And we've booked this. We said Sam's been to Elex, he's done them, yeah. And I always feel like I might be fucking, I don't want to feel, I'm rocking up as a Sparky, you know what I mean, does a podcast. I'm not rocking up as some like minor celebrity. I always found that thing a little bit embarrassing. But we've done a few bits on the past year and I've really got a good crew going, we've got a good viewership and all that. And I think it'd be nice to go and meet some, I talk to people all the time that can listen to the show, so it's nice to go and meet some people. So we said we'd go to Coventry Elex because it's the central one, everyone could come, yeah. And we said we'd go for a curry on the night. We said we'd go both days in case anyone's coming on the Friday. So we're there for both, yeah? So we're going to chit chat people. So we said we'd book a table for a curry, which I think was originally meant to be like me and Sam, David Savoury and his cronies, and just whoever else wanted to pop along. Like I said, we'll book a table for 8, yeah? Then sounds like, let's invite friends to the show. And then anyway, we put it out to everyone in the end. We wanted to get the friends to the show first because we appreciate they come on and spend their hour doing chatting shit to us. So they effectively helped us out with that. And now, this morning, guest number 51 paid. There's £1,024 in a bank account that I've got for this. I was like, fucking hell. I know it's not fucking massive, you know what I mean? Probably more than some people get at their weddings, to be fair. But I'm very happy that we've got a load of Sparkies who want a chat shop, come in to meet up in a place and chat shop. And hopefully we can build on that. And yeah, so it should be a good crack. Or you'll be watching the next video after this one and I'll have bits of tissue paper, who knows, where someone smacked me. But We'll see. Hello, self-employed blog. Probably been a bit quiet for the last week because I've been prepping for today. I am delivering some training at a manufacturer's, training up some of their guys just on manufacturing, process controls, motors, electrical, all that kind of stuff. I think there's a few mechanical guys on there. It's for a trainer for a company that I used to do loads of work for a couple of years ago before I went back into industry, and I am going to go and see what goes off. I'm looking forward to it, but I spent the last week prepping. I like to make sure I've got my ducks in a row, and I like to make sure people get stuff out of it. I also use a lot of props and test rigs and stuff, and I've been making loads of them, which has been a bit quiet. But what I'll probably do now is I'll probably interject some B-roll, and I'll show you some of the things I've been making for the courses that I deliver, because I like everything to be hands-on. I think you should always be touching stuff and seeing stuff when you train. I don't believe in like just massive PowerPoint. They've got the place, but I'll take you around some of them and show you them now. Hello, people have been asking me about this, so I'll just go over it a bit more. It's a motors course, so you learn about motors and controlling motors and the control side of things. So this morning on this particular course, we've been covering temperature controllers and hysteresis, types of temperature controller, calibrating temperature controllers with the CA gear there, K-type thermocouples, PT100s, solid state controller, temperature and all that kind of stuff. We're doing a little motor assessment where you prove dead and check the motor for any faults it might have. There's all the gubbins, it's shrunk down a little bit. Over here, we've got a Dole starter test rig, and they are wiring these float switches in to act like a pump. So they'll have manual control down here and automatic control on them, selectable by this key switch. We've got some timer stuff going off so people can learn how timers work and multifunction timers. This one will show you what's going off with a timer on the lamps, and you get some contacts out so you can maybe, I don't know, press this and that will time off after a certain amount of time. So we've got that going off. There's some gubbins. Over here we've got the forward and reversing test rig, so you can do a forward and reversing motor on here. They're currently using these switches to pretend to automate a roll shutter door on that one. That's going quite well. Over here we've got the top challenge of the week, which is the star delta arrangement. Can you wire the star delta so that it works properly? Not just yet, they can't. Another timer board here, there's just a timer for doing timing circuits and things like that, incorporating different things in. On the board you've got a normal Dole with an overload, bit of relay logic you can do, and another little one where we do some more relay logic incorporating these all in. This one's currently being used to, I think they're putting this sensor on so that when something's blocking this sensor, the motor won't run. Then we add another sensor, and this some over there, so that when that sensor's not blocked and something's there, it kicks it out of the way. So we're going through all that. What else we got? That's it, 'cause a lot of stuff's gone back in the van, but there's all sorts of gubbins going off. All the tools and test gears provided. All different styles and stuff we're showing you around, and that is it. If you're interested, let me know. I am going to be running some shortly. Just to add, it's not just motors. You will learn how to test the motor and fault find on motors. You'll learn how to then fault find and test on motor circuits, and you'll learn how to build up motor circuits using normally open, normally closed. All the temperatures are in there and stuff. There's quite a lot of process control stuff in there as well. So it's like it's a bit of an entry into the factory environment, production environment, doing motors, sensors, controls. They did a massive bit on sensors they're organised. So it's all about sensors, controls, automation, moved machinery, basically factory environments where they produce. So it's a good stepping stone if you're already an electrician or just an electrician into working in the factory or production environment, which is why I'm at this place here where I am now, using their nice facilities. And they're bored. Don't want to work into that out, tell what's going off. Bye. Hello, self-employed blog. I am stuck in traffic just outside Newark on my way to training. It is the 26th of September, so this course just rolls me into the end of the month. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the end of the month. Actually really enjoying it. Bit of a different one for me. It's not a training establishment, it's actually on site. I've had to carry a lot of stuff with me. So I had to make a lot of test rigs just to get it all available on site and bring it all with me. And I'm really enjoying it. They're a good crew. I often enjoy these courses like this, with these like CPD style courses, because get a load of people that aren't really electricians that have been dabbling, that want to learn, and they're always normally very keen, which makes for a great teaching environment. And I know some people go, should we train people to be electricians? But in the manufacturing environment, everyone sort of has to dabble in with everyone's job, stuff's connected, so it saves people doing the thing. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I'd like to do this some more. In fact, I probably will be doing this some more. It's good on the old knees, I don't have to worry about that. This one's particularly close to my house, like less than half an hour away, so it's been good. But I think I will probably get back more into the training. Well, I will do now, I've made a load of test rigs. But yeah, this will roll me into the end of the month, people. A string to my bow. I didn't think I'd be doing training as much as I have been when I left when I started this blog in January, was it? Something like that, but that's the way it's going. So yeah, I don't know if there's any more to this blog. I'll probably edit it up together now because this brings it to a nice, satisfactory ending. You'll be pleased to know next month, as it is, the first week of this course takes place in October. I've got a little bit of office time to do some admin, get all these course things back, prep things, change things. Just make sure, after this course, I'll make sure everything's how I want it for next time. Should there be a next time. And then I think I'm off to a solar farm in the rain. I did a video a few years ago, maybe last year, of me on a solar farm doing a load of cable glanding of aluminium cables. I think it's on the YouTube called Cable Glanding Masterclass, something like that. This time around I'm going to do the same thing, but we've got a load of 500mm HO7RNs. I've never crimped 500 before. I've only ever crimped up to 400. So that'll be a first for me, so all the crimping gear will be out. I do have the technology to crimp that kind of level. Some heat shrinking, some extending cables, some fitting stuff. So yeah, so next month will be a right mixture of training, maybe in the first week of it, officing, adminning, and doing the old solar farm. And then that'll be October, then it'll be November, then it'll be December, then this blog will be over, because I said I'd do it for a year, well, a year-ish, and that'll be it. Because if you can't work out what business is like out of this year's worth of this now, you're on your fucking own, sunshine. But yeah, I'll see you next month, and hopefully there'll be a bit more of a mixture of work, because I'm not sure it's enough this month, because as it stands right now, I haven't edited this video, so it's just all sat on my phone and my hard drive as bits. So maybe when I put it back together, I'll come back to it. Yeah, training world's certainly picking up. Normal work world's picking up a bit. I'm waiting for that budget. I think we're all waiting for that budget, aren't we? See what goes off, to see if it improves things. But yeah, at the minute I would say it's quiet. So yeah, let's see how we get on towards the end of the year. See you later, alligator.